Oh, hello, hello. This is Lily Q, the Nine of Cups. We are moving things around here to get right into the love reading. Bottom card, Seven of Strength, upside down. Queen of Wands, still kicking up some fire, reversed. And Freedom from Swords, reversed. Death card, ups, reversed. Four of Cups, Star, reversed. The Magician, upright. The Page of Cups, messages. Four of Wands, under Death. Ten of Swords, ending to boredom. King of Pentacles, Ace of Cups, under the Magician. Justice, marriage. We're going to break this down, so fear not. I'm just pulling the cards out. Six of Wands, right side up. Two of Swords, things out in the open. Moon reversed. Ace of Swords, wow, three ones. One, two, and three. Someone's been a bit stoic. Okay. So, what is going on? Okay, what's going on right now, you have where there's been some boredom, and even this is sort of era or energy that is just passing. Lack of hope with the Star reverse, lack of faith, impatience even, especially with the Four of Cups, boredom, despondent. And with the Death card reverse, definitely shows someone has been ignoring the change that needs to be made. Just ignoring it completely. Last night, and you're going to see more of it tonight, for Northern Eastern Hemisphere, just after sunset supposedly is the best in the southeast or southwest, where planets are in line. Jupiter, big one. Several still in Pisces. So the following this, especially after today, and oh wow, I just picked this up. I loved catching patterns. So there's three ones. You have the Magician, Ace of Cups, Ace of Swords. 1, 1, 1. Today, 3, 1. Okay, minus cat hair here. We also have the Page of Cups. So there's going to be messages soon. Very good. Now, what is the messages all about? The Four of Wands card right here. And this is in the second, this is what's coming into fruition now. Now, whether this is, what's interesting is that you have the Ten of Swords, where someone who, right below that boredom card of Four of Cups, they're like, oh yeah, everything is fine. You know what this reminds me? I love this artwork and this particular Ten of Swords, because that funny meme where the dog is sort of in the foreground, sort of like this character here, and behind them, their house is completely on fire. And they're like, no, I'm fine. Okay, no, really, I'm fine. I'll probably insert it right here. So you're like, oh, yeah, I know that meme. So this person, it's like, you know what? Nothing else can be done. Nothing else can be done. And, and it is a time for rest, okay? So very much like the Four of Swords. And here it is underneath the Four of Cups. So now, who is this? The center of all of this is a King of Pentacles. And what's interesting is he has two major arcana cards. Yeah, I don't live too far from Boston, but I never grew up there. And so for me to start slipping in some weird Bostonian accent, sort of awkward for me. Okay. Anyhow, that's what happens. You start living in the boonies where I live. Okay, so with your King of Pentacles, King of Coins, smack in the middle, two major arcana cards above and below, both reversed. The Star and the Moon. Now, usually when the moon is upside down, it's like, yeah, I'm looking through life through rose-colored glasses. Again, everything is fine. Nothing is wrong. So, and with the lack of faith, there has been some delusion with love and respect to this predominant, the King Coins can be any sign. It's someone known as a boss. It's someone who is great in business. They are industrious. They are ruled by Taurus. The neat part about this person is that somehow they've been sort of under a spell, but they're shaking it finally. And what's really going to come true, and I think what's happening too with them, is that they are sensing, especially when, it's sort of like it's been aligned with there's a story for the Star, the excuse me. There is an alignment of constellation of stars for this King of Coins to do the right thing. I don't know what that is. will go and clarify. But the interesting part is that he has been stoic, but I think this is going to change. Finally, he's going to sort of get off the chair, get off his throne, and start doing things. Why? Because what really excites him and what's really interesting is right next to him is this Ace of Cups. Again, below the Magician and in the middle of the Ace of Swords, where he tells it all out. So there is going to be a confession. Definitely. Now, the interesting thing, too, is that once they do this, things are going to be balanced out where they have not been. Sort of like, even though this is the Justice card, it's going to be ruled in your favor, in their favor. It's a positive outcome card where, if someone's going to, for example, if someone's going to court, the decision will be ruled in your favor. It's that sort of energy. Now, let's get back to the story of what's going on. Now, as a result of this, there are people high-fiving right now. Woohoo! Okay? And what's interesting is they're high-fiving either the recent success, or a project that's been completed, the ability to move to the next step. And the interesting thing is, again, this is below the Ten of Swords and the Four of Cups is the Two of Swords. Now, the Two of Swords are suggesting that while accolades and people are still applying, there is still some indecision. And that, again, is, maybe looking at life through a little bit of fantasy. And that is sort of to be expected, especially if there's been sort of the recent celebrations. Now, the truth is going to prevail. And remember, truth sets you free. It is the easiest way to move on and with love in your life. Highly, highly recommended. And in life, okay? Now, we're going to confirm, and then, normally when it's right side up, this is again, reiterates a earth sign. And this also could represent, to the King of Pentacles, someone who has a variety of earth signs within their planet alignments when they were born, their natal chart. And I do those reports, of course, as you know, on my website. So the Knight of Pentacles, when he is upside down, he's usually really slow. Not like slow-witted, or just he trods along. The working Clydesdale horse, as I said in last night's reading, they're in for the long haul. They're just, they're comfortable. It's not about being the first. It's not like the beautiful racehorse like Secretariat, where it's the first one to get to the finish line. They're like, nope, I have to pull a few more carts on my load, but I'll be there, no problem. Okay, so it's sort of giving this sort of essence and energy of the turtle and the horse, the hare, the turtle and the hare, and who wins that race. Okay, a good old turtle. Now, when the Knight of Coins is reversed, it's showing sometimes that they're now starting to almost act like the Knight of Pentacles. Quick. So where there's been slow movement, they're moving forward. Also, there could be a younger soul involved within all this. We had Six of Cups, something from the past. Again, truth coming out. Seven of Swords revealed, where what was trying to be stolen is now, oh my God, I could just leave it right here, kids. Nine of Cups. There is a huge win. Okay, what is that? There has been past jealousy, happiness, but not as reversed. So you have the Eight of Wands reverse, Sun reverse, again, another major arcana card. Another major arcana card above the King of Coins, Lover upside down. 2 8s already. Eight of Cups. Wow, almost like someone made a bad wow, okay, I'm getting a story here before I go there. Okay, wow, okay, interesting. All right, so what the cards are putting down, okay, the Eight of Wands, there has been some jealousy, unanticipated, that this King of Pentacles was sort of experiencing, and they also knew personally that they were not as happy as they know they could be, that they want to be, and they know is within themselves to have. Now, the Lover's card is interesting. The Lover's card, when it's right side up together. So one's like, oh, the hanky-panky great kind, or the other is beautifully grounding and allows the souls to evolve. And that's definitely two different types of relationships. Any other signs yet? The Eight of Cups. So it looks like, remember before we had the death upside down, and was that the first? Yeah, that was the very first card. They were afraid to make the change. So out of jealousy or out of things they were holding back. That's what they wanted to do initially. And the other interesting thing is that they're walking away, and it's walking away because you have here the Eight of Cups walking away. But the interesting, I like to call this card too, the Eight of Cups is walking to your Nine of Cups. Okay, think about that. Because all those beautiful cups are all upright behind this person. But this person, it just doesn't interest them. Because why? They're reaching really, frankly, for their Nine of Cups. If there's something that no longer serves them, they don't need that. But someone else, it's sort of like, I shouldn't say this in relationships, but it's sort of when you bring things to goodwill, or you do this Swedish death cleaning. And that is it helps to give someone else things to continue to love, because we all are worthy of love. We're all deserving of love, and karma is real. Because remember, karma can, their karma could be your dharma. So while this person is walking away from that once served him, that just no longer does, because they're going towards their Nine of Cups. Next is the Nine of Swords, and it's almost as if to say, and remember, we already pulled the Ten of Swords, so this sort of real change is really starting to happen, and I'm going to say with, 6 and 2 equals 8, really within 8 days. And so they're worrying a little bit, just a little bit, like, did I do the right thing by walking away? And sometimes it's, when we try to really make relationships work, we keep, trying to, are they okay? What about you? It's okay to rest. It's okay to check in with your beautiful heart to say, is this serving me the right way? Am I being respected? Are we both seem to be receiving what we need in this relationship? Okay? Now, let's continue with the story. Two of Wands, a partnership. Five of Wands, reversed. So that shows you lessening of some struggles. Interesting. Also representing Taurus too, the Hierophant, right above in ceremony and religion, right above the King of Pentacles. Another 10. Now we have 2 10s or 3 10s? 2 10s that I can recall. Well, this person has finally reached a point in their life where they've reached the mount. The decision has been made. They are going, even, the Hierophant can also represent law, legality, formality, reverse, untraditional, innovative. So, but the Hierophant right side up really refers to also ceremony. You see here in this particular artist's rendition, you have 2 people at the bottom looking up to this person, and sometimes they represent a priest, a pope, bishop. Nine of Pentacles. So after this person has finally either walked away, and especially since the Ten of Wands is right over the Eight of Cups, this is definitely the time where this person has finally walked away. They've accepted the path that they're taking, and as a result, which is wonderful here, the Nine of Pentacles, they are able to start the plans and the things that they were deciding to work on, which is fabulous for them. And I think that they are going to be more centered with their goals. And sure enough, boom, oops. Oopsies, okay. See, I don't know how much you can see the card, but basically the Three of Pentacles, definitely business, partnership, creativity, in conjunction with others, starting something new. Woohoo! So definitely they're going to be able to go forth, and the Fool represents a new path, and there's a huge established sense of faith, being that of a newborn soul, like a child, a baby, who's just starting to walk for the first time, and it will try to get up, but it doesn't know if it's going to stumble, it's going to fall down, or is it going to have sudden independence and walk for the first time 5-7 steps. And also too, back in the days of kings and queens and jesters, the fool is represented by the jester. And sometimes the jester actually had more power than everyone sort of thought. And think about it. A baby in the house, the baby's going to rule whenever everyone else eats. The baby's going to like, okay, it's my turn to feed the baby. I got to wake up and take care of things. Okay. So, and of course, that's just an idea. Wow. Third ace, people. I love it. So now we have 1, 2. Yeah. So we have 3 aces out. Ace of Pentacles. So whatever this particular new beginning, it's actually going to generate new income, a much more stable base, which is wonderful. And we had the Page of Wands before in the cut. So there is someone wants to tell you some good news, but you may not necessarily hear it just yet. And why is that? Some things are still being assessed, but is a most favorable outcome. Okay, most favorable outcome. The Judgment is where the souls. It's almost like a leveling up, because the next card is the World card, and the World card represents that you, just like I Ching, it represents a cycle. You know, like, oh wow, like when you get to the mount, like I forgot the number of coin toss positions you can get in the I Ching, but next to the last, like, it's basically the completion. It's almost similar to the Ten of Wands here, in that you're just one more step and you're at the mountain, you're at the top of the mountain, and then you literally, it's all easy because all you gotta do is go downhill, and you're gonna hope you have some skis on. But that's very much like the Fool walking into brand new abyss. And the Judgment allows for the soul to be reborn in a way that all the previous past lives that you've had now can come together and help build where you're going next. I love that. Let's see what else. 5 of Cups, the Hermit, education, learning about one another, give and take, reciprocity. 6 of Cups, 2 more 6s, and we had a 6 before. Huh. Yeah, because we have the 6 of Wands right down here. Now, and interesting, you have the Lovers, so that's 4 6s right there. Which, 4 times 6 is 24, numerates a 6. So that is, again, 6 to 8 days. And 6s also represents sort of like the resting spot after the change of the number 5. Because technically, as we all know, in the major arcana, it's a soul's journey starting from the Fool and where they go in life all the way up to the 21 card, which again tells you the cycle starts all over again. So with this is interesting. You have the 5 of Cups, the Hermit, the 2 of Cups, the 6 of Pentacles, and 6 of Cups. So there is a reunion. There is reciprocity. There is a connection. 2 of Cups is what's really neat about the 2 of Cups card is, and again, this is right above the Lovers card. What was it before that? Remember that Lovers card and the upside down and the star reversed? So this is the card that landed above that, okay, on all these layers, and above the Hierophant and the King of Pentacles. What's really nice about the 2 of Cups, it's not just a connection between two people, but when connected to 6 of Coins and 6 of Cups, there is someone from your past that really, and I think at least for this King of Pentacles, it is someone who they didn't believe is their soulmate, actually is their soulmate. They were just scared, maybe, just because it was so like a complete fantasy that they would win. Now they're maybe like, well, that's quite possible, isn't it? And there we go back to the earlier choices of, should I go for lust, or should I go for something that's solid and loving and grounding? Okay. Very interesting. And last but not, and then the 6 of Pentacles, 6 of Cups, again, and the 2 of Cups too, when you connect with somebody, you may not necessarily recognize them as your soulmate, but in this case, I'm almost suggesting this is very much a soulmate. We have multiple soulmates, not all have to be romantic in any way. Some of our pets are soulmates, our kin souls. In fact, I have a new blog coming up on the definition of soulkins and all the kind, like karmics, twins, and all the rest. So there has been not a wish to go too fast, because remember, Things had been delayed in the past. There's been work has gotten in the way, delaying a few things. And with the Four Swords, there definitely has been a rest. They definitely know where they want to go, but there's been a rest period that was needed, especially for the. We have the Ace of Wands. That's the fourth ace in all these cards. So I will put on the comic section what 4 aces mean. But again, they're resting before the new beginning. Wise choice. And the 3 of Cups. Now, maybe there's been a little bit of partying, maybe they're out in environment, but wow. And here we get and there's a couple of these cards in this deck. So where it was all upside, right side up, and heavy, 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 now the card comes in reversed. And that literally means that the relief of letting all that old stuff is starting to leave the soul. They're finally feeling the strength of being renewed in spirit to start living again because they've taken the rest. Okay? I'm so loving this. And they're listening to their higher spirit. They're listening to their ancestors. Those that have passed away may send messages their way. And definitely remember that. Now, I don't know if this is a counterpart or this is their shadow side, but there is a King of Cups, right? And we'll pull 2 more cards about this. But it did come in reverse. And I won't say anything about this water sign, which is Scorpio, Pisces, or Cancer. I won't say anything about it, but it could be the same person as the King of Coins. The World card comes out. The Queen of Cups. This particular energy, this male energy in your field has many sides to them. Okay? They've been working on their shadow side. They really want to represent. They see themselves as the King of Pentacles. And so and then I can see where the 3 of Cups and the King of Cups upside down can sort of connect and resting. So they're resting after what may have been sort of a heavy weekend, but freedom, okay? The World card is right there and then. And they're going to go to the person they see as home. The Queen of Cups is a card of a woman who she's funny. She's got an inner beauty. She's so intuitive. People don't even realize just how psychic she can be. And she won't let on, No, of course, water signs. And it also could be a person that has a lot of water in planet alignments in their birth natal chart, okay? Recently, I realized, I'm like, oh my God, I have that many planets in water signs? I had no clue. No, I asked, is the King Cups the same as this King of Pentacles? King of Wands, Knight of Swords, because we talked about him too. Eight of Swords, freedom from wearing them. And I have the Knight of Cups, so they definitely want to do a proposal because they know that you're their luck. Knight of Cups, just for you. I'm really cute. Thanks for being here. Go get that luck.